All right, one of the things that you can do to help yourself out is on page 941. Okay. We briefly talked about this yesterday. We started a video, and I would like for everyone to be back in order to view that. It'll make more sense in that manner.
What page?
941. Okay. So obviously what you see in front of you is the human skeleton. Now, whether you see that type of picture or that specimen standing in, or that model in front of the class, or if you see this, it might look a little different to you just because it just would maybe show what looks like an X-ray on page 941. But would that be any different than what you see here, skeletal structures? Do you think? So look at page 941, then look to see what you have here. My question or point would be, does the human skeleton change from one book to another, or one source to another? I hear no, and I hear, okay, maybe.
I think the details might be a little bit different.
Okay, so maybe the details would be just a little different. In other words, when you look at something like this, what is it that is sticking out? This computer will go asleep if I allow that to happen. Okay. So in other words, what would this be sticking out here? Same bone as what we see here. That's the humerus. What is this bone right here? It's got three parts to it. That's the sternum. Okay. Then this bone right here, that would be your clavicle. Now, it doesn't quite have all of the bones down here. As you can see, this is from Oklahoma City. I just went and typed in human skeleton and came up with this diagram per se. So another aspect that you can do, and this responsibility falls on your shoulders, is if we go to the drop folder, okay, here we are in this drop folder. There's a couple pictures in there. There's some, when it says AP, that means anatomy and physiology, and then there's some biology terms on there as well. And then this is just biology additions is what it says. Okay, this has the content that is that you are responsible for. I'm trying to tell you. These two files right here. Okay, so if it might not be that easy to see, but okay, this is A and P right here. So some additions. Let's see here. These are just muscles and arteries. This is physical science over here. So let's go ahead and go up to this file. Okay. Here, biology right here, page 941. And that's why we came to a conclusion on that page. It has these identifications right here. Okay. When it says all, it could be anything on that skeleton, okay? Because underneath here, these are muscles that we want you to know. Does anyone know any identifications of muscles when it comes to that of the human body? Where might a muscle be located that you are aware? What's its name? Which one? That is, but you wouldn't be responsible for that. went over this one yesterday.
Is that your neck one?
That is your neck muscle, because it has the sternum bone, the clavicle, and then the mastoid process is the temporal bone. Okay, so for the most part, some of these do resemble bone names as well. The frontalis muscle, where might that be? Where's your frontalis? Exactly. The frontalis muscle is right here, and that's exactly what it does. You're just mimicking that. It raises your eyebrows. Okay? Then behind your frontalis is your frontal bone. Now that's part of the skeleton here. So if we go back to where we were, right here is the frontal bone, right here. And then, like we said, it raises your eyebrows. There's muscle tissue in front of there. So that is your frontalis. So you have that opportunity to go to the drop folder and make those identifications, and or you feel more comfortable going over those together in class. Okay? So that's something that we will probably work on tomorrow. I will not be here. I know some of you other students won't be here either, because you'll be what looks like in Harrisburg. Okay? So if you want a head start on your vocabulary, fine. If not, you can pick it up on your return, which would be on Thursday. And I was just going to say, we must have another track meet. No, that's incorrect. Your next track meet is on Friday, should the weather hold out for that. Okay, and then, let's see here. I do believe, okay, and then here's again some muscles to know in the human body. Okay, and then these are some arteries to know in the human body, and then here's just some of the veins. There's only 3 veins that we're asking you to know. This is all a review of biology right here. These look familiar. They should.
Yeah.
What are they?
The orders.
The orders of mammals. That's right. Then this, like I said, over here is just physical science. Okay, so that's the general direction that we're moving from here to the rest of the semester, which by the end of next week will be at May 3rd. Then a week from that Friday is May 10. And then a week from that Friday is what? You will be wherever it is you're going to be at this time of day. Okay? So we're winding down fairly quickly. So again, this content, it's available for you in the drop folder. It's got, just says bio additions. Okay? So you don't want to forget these. You're not evaluated over that. That's on your final. Okay? So a lot of this content just pertains to your final, but there's also an evaluation in between there with vocabulary that we'll be handing out tomorrow. And you might not know what to ask. Any questions that you may have that you might think someone else could benefit from? Front row. We're good so far?
Did you hand out a new packet in the last 2 days?
I did not. Okay. Back row. So we're going to keep it short today. So you can look at these bone names because that's your opportunity to do so. And then we will catch up to you next time.